Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by Three Hues Painting Studio. Come paint, sip, and party at Three Hues. Visit our website today at threehueshouston.com. Elite Dental Wellness. At Elite Dental Wellness, Dr. Ashandra Batiste understands that one of the biggest obstacles is dental fear. The vision at Elite Dental Wellness is to ensure every patient is treated with respect, ultimate care, patience, and love. Call us today to make an appointment at area code 713-789-8680. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to A La Carte, your premier cooking show on the Sphere Network, bringing you the best chefs and the freshest ingredients in Houston all the time. I am Chef Laurinette with Helping Hands Food Delivery, and you can find us on all social media at Helping Hands Food Delivery. And today we have a special guest. Chef Keith is with us, joining us again. Introduce.
Thank you. I'm Chef Keith with Keith Catering. Website is keithcatering.com, Facebook Keith Catering, and Instagram is Chef Keith.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us again today. Always a pleasure to have someone great on the show with us. So today we, as always with A La Carte, we talk about a few different things. We talk about food-based news, ingredients, special tips and techniques and cooking and all of that. So we have a couple of things in store for you today. Actually, a funny start to the show today. Chef Keith and I were talking about this previously. Our news article for this episode, we found legislation stating that roadkill has been approved or legalized to eat or to serve, to distribute, if you will, in certain states. So the latest state to do this is Oregon. And basically, it was a unanimously passed law which allows drivers to harvest the meat off of deer, elk, turkey, and any other wild animals that collide with their vehicle. Okay? I don't know how I feel about this at all whatsoever. What do you think, Chef Keith?
Well, I grew up in a third world country, so basically we do kill.
So this is not new for you.
It's not new, but I don't know about deer and like we would kill chicken.
Okay.
We kill a chicken or we'll go hunt for like snakes and cook that.
Okay.
And alligator and stuff like that. So.
But you're actually hunting it though, like they're running it over with their car, and then going, "Oh, this would be great to serve to so and so for dinner tomorrow,"
But it's. I mean, if it's
the same thing.
Not the same thing, but I don't think they should sell it. No,
Yeah.
If we roadkill and you want to feed, because you just killed it right there.
Exactly.
And you couldn't cook it, because if you leave meat out for too long, you get bad, you can get bacteria, you can get sick.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're selling somebody else, then, but I think if you're doing it for taking it in for yourself.
I completely agree with you.
I am with it, but if it's like you're killing it and then you're selling it to the grocery store, and no.
So I agree with you completely with that point, because we have friends and family in the city would find turtles or squirrels, and they made squirrel soup or turtle soup. Y'all know who I'm talking about, my friends and family who are watching. And I never ate it, but they kept it for themselves. However, in reading the article, it seems like what it said, government officials state that the law was a deterrent to motorists who were illegally killing roadkill meat as a hunting method. In addition, the antlers must be surrendered to the officials. So when I see that and it says it was supposed to be a deterrent, to me that seems like you only need a deterrent if you know you have a problem. So people must have been doing this without permission or, without it being legal, if you will. And they just realized they needed to go ahead and give them the okay to do it. And now the state can make money off of it because they have to have a permit in order to harvest the meat. I agree. If it's for yourself, that's fine. But it looked like they're trying to make some money off of it.
It's risky.
Very.
Yeah, because you don't know how long, and if they're gonna keep it at the temperature the meat needs to be at, and stuff like. I'm not for it. I'm for it if it's like or you accidentally kill it, like or driving down the street and you accidentally didn't see a deer and you take it home and you probably cook it for yourself. But if you're gonna just drive out there and just go kill it,
and that's what it sounded like they were doing.
I don't even like animals, but I'm not even for that. Still like
it sounds like they're on a game, a video game where they're in their car like oh look, a deer,
like Grand Theft Auto.
Exactly. That's crazy. I don't understand. But apparently Oregon is not the first to pass a law like this or to have a law like this. For sure it's in Pennsylvania and Washington already. And I would beg to say that if it was already being done in places like that in rural parts, like Texas is huge. If you ever driven through Texas, there's parts of the state when you go through and there's like nobody there. So I would say they're probably doing it in places like that and we just don't know.
You can because put it past nobody.
Nobody would ever. I'm thinking now when I read this article, I was like, so how many delivery trucks really go to XYZ Texas, Timbuktu Texas? Nobody. They on the side of the road shooting stuff.
Thank God we still alive if they're still doing that. If they're doing that, thank God. So because you never know. I try to go to like Sam's Club and get the meat and like Restaurant Depot.
Yeah, I like Restaurant Depot.
Yeah, I love that. It's like
and their frozen section is awesome.
Yeah,
ton of selection.
Yeah,
but yeah, so I thought this was actually a very interesting yet scary article. Knowing that people are probably doing this, especially in places where we don't really realize that that's what's going on. Yeah. You never know what you're eating. So a deterrent. That's not a deterrent. They're not deterred from that. They were doing it anyway. So on a completely different note, our safety tip today is talking about how to store fresh herbs, frozen herbs, fresh herbs, whatever the case may be. In a lot of our recipes, we call for fresh herbs. You can see there we have an image. One way of storing them is in olive oil, or I'm using an ice cube tray. And we'll talk about that in a sec. But in most of our recipes, we use fresh herbs or we have it as an option. And so some of those are seasonal. And so you can store them or freeze them and have them available for your recipes later on in the time. It saves you time and it saves you a trip to the store, whatever the case may be. So we have a PDF for you guys that has some instructions on how to store your fresh herbs. Is it 2 steps? All right. So the first step would be to
wash and air dry or pat it down.
You would spread them out on a layer pan, commonly called like a cookie sheet or a baking pan. Pat them dry. Make sure they're not wet when you put them in the freezer, because then you'll get ice on your herbs, and when you put it in your food, it'll kind of dilute it a little bit. Secondly, we're going to put the frozen herbs into labeled sealed containers or plastic bags like Ziploc freezer bags. Make sure it's freezer bags. And you can store them in the freezer. Push all the air out before you seal them, because you don't want to get freezer burn on them. So in most cases, you don't need to thaw them before you use them. You can just put the frozen herb into your meal or your recipe or whatever the case may be. And that's the first option, where if you put them in a bag or a container. And the second option would be to actually chop the herbs and then put them in like an ice cube tray with olive oil and then freeze them. And you can And once they freeze, put them in a freezer bag or a container.
Would be smart because you just drop an ice cube in the pan.
Exactly.
And that is a unique way.
I agree. You know. And I like that one because most of our recipes have olive oil as the starter to coat the pan. And so you're kind of killing two birds with one stone.
And that's the kind of like the healthy way to go.
So this is what they'll look like. We have a photo up for you guys. So you can see behind it, we have a fresh herb. You just take that and chop it really small and then put it into ice cubes, the ice cube tray, sorry. And in the ice cube tray, fill it with olive oil, just enough to cover the herbs. It doesn't have to be overflowing or anything like that. And then put it in the freezer. It should take like a couple hours to freeze fully all the way through. And then when you pop them out of the ice cube tray, just put them into a freezer bag and you can store them in the freezer. Make sure you label them if you're not familiar with the herbs, though.
Yeah.
I've made that mistake a couple times.
Some like with mint.
Yes.
Yeah, it looked like basil sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah. And
it completely changes.
I remember one time I tried to garnish something with mint. The whole everything.
It changes the whole taste flavor of your dish.
Everything starts smelling, tasting like mint.
So even we confuse our herbs sometimes. So make sure you label your herbs, guys. Just so we're gonna move on because that was really a part of what we're gonna do with our recipe because we have some fresh herbs in our recipe and we have a another tip or technique for you guys. But before we get into that, we want to let you know that this portion of the show is sponsored by 3 Hues. So come paint, sip, and party at 3 Hues. Join a party or book your own private event for kids or adults. Let 3 Hues help you create your masterpiece on canvas step by step. A painting party is perfect for any occasion, which could be a church function, wedding, showers, team building, Girl Scouts, earning their badge, date night, birthdays, or anytime you just want to have fun. Ask them about the summer camp programs also. Kids club, special events, and wine glass painting events. Did we mention that 3 Hues is mobile too? Yes, you can go to the studio or they can come to you. So visit their website today, 3hueshouston.com. And that's the number 3, HUESHOUSTON.com. So, because those ice cubes were beautiful. I actually thought they were really pretty.
I'm going to try it. I'm gonna try it out. I like that.
I did too. So make sure when you try it, take a picture so you can tag us in it so we can see how it looks.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it on my meal preps.
Yes, that's an even great idea.
That's gonna be like, and then you could know how many portion to go with this. You already portioned it off. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's pretty cool.
And you can measure it too because you can do 1 or 2 teaspoons of olive oil. You'll know how much you have in there. You'll know the same about your ingredients. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Look at God.
Yes. Make sure you take a picture. I'm going to try it too.
Okay.
So I've done it before, but it was a while ago. I'll do it again. We can take a picture and tag it in using a la carte.
Okay.
So guests, everybody on Facebook Live, make sure if you guys try it, take a picture. Show us which herbs that you guys did. And if you chose the frozen method or if you chose the olive oil method. And then take a picture and just use hashtag a la carte so we can see what you guys did. Let us know how it works for you. So, like we said, we had another special not safety tip. It's more of a educational tip, if you will. Another common thing that we talk about a lot or use a lot in our recipes are broths and stocks. Yeah. So whether it be beef broth, chicken, or vegetable, we use both broth and stock depending on the recipe. But from our viewers, we've gotten a lot of questions on what if they don't have broth, can I use stock, or if vice versa, or what is the difference between the two. So we're kind of going to go over that with you guys today to show you what the difference between the two is. Okay. So first and foremost, broth is the difference is really the amount of meat that's present when you are creating the liquid, the jus that comes from it. So broth has meat in it and stock is made from bones. Or broth is made from meat and stock is made from bones. So, okay.
Yeah.
because I used to always get it confused. I'm like
yeah.
a synonym person, so I'll be like BB broth bones, but it's not. Stock is made from the bones of the meat, and broth is made from the meat itself.
So okay.
So if you were to use if you were trying to create a broth, you would take the actual meat itself, like cuts of chicken. When did we use this? When we made chicken salad 3 episodes ago, we made a broth for our chicken. So you would take the actual chicken. We use chicken breast. You would boil it in water, and we added in onion, celery, garlic, salt, pepper, and that was it. Oh, and cayenne pepper. And it just boiled and boiled and boiled until it created a broth. So you get a different flavor from the meat in the sauce. And typically one is thicker than the other. But when you're creating a broth, it requires more seasoning than when you create a stock. So that's why we had to add in the salt, pepper, onion, so on and so on and so on. And in our article that we had, it shows you they were starting to create a stock. So a stock is made from the bones of the meat. So whether it's chicken, like beef, turkey, whatever the case may be, you can actually, I've done this a couple of times. You can ask the butcher at the counter in the grocery store, do they have any leftover bones? And they'll give you like a backbone, a neck bone, whatever the case may be, and you can use those to create stock for yourself at home. So you would take the bones. It requires less seasoning because the bones have seasoning, and they have the bone marrow, and all of that comes out and cooks into the stock. Take the bones and any leftover meats and whatever the case may be, and you would add that to water, and it will boil. It takes about 2.5 hours to really boil down and reduce to get the right consistency that you're looking for. And then the same thing with either one, the broth or the stock. You can store these by freezing them to use them later. I would say if you cook it and put it in the refrigerator, how long would you keep it? A couple days, maybe.
The shelf life.
Yeah, shelf life of it. So
like 3 days.
Yeah. So 3 days if you don't if you're gonna put it in the fridge.
But
if you freeze it,
you can keep it
much longer. Yeah. And these are all natural ingredients. And I think a great way, because Chef Robin in her healthy way, I'm going to co-sign her really quick while she's not here. Don't tell her, y'all. Don't tell her. But it's a great way to cut down for people who are looking to control their sodium or their salt intake or sugar intake. Because when you look at the boxes of like other brands in the store, the pre-made chicken broth and stock, if you look at the ingredients list, it's full of salt, it's full of sugars, it's full of artificial flavorings and preservatives. And this is a way that you can do it at home and use what the ingredients that we were cooking a meal with, use the leftovers and scraps to make a broth or a stock for future use without any of those added things into it.
And the best way, if you can make everything from scratch, is easier and it's more healthier and better, because everything in the grocery store and packages have preservative and stuff that it's not good for you. So
completely agree.
Yeah, so the best way is to just make everything yourself. And I mean, it's not, they probably say like, oh, it's hard, it's easy for you because you're a chef. No, it's really not. It's really not.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
So for example, today, because I'll let you guys in on a secret before we end Facebook Live, we're making quesadillas. So one super easy way, I challenge everybody. We're making quesadillas today. We're going to use chicken to make our quesadillas, chicken breast, right? Yeah. The chicken breast has a bone in it. Slice the bone off of the chicken breast, throw it in a pot. That leftover onion that we're going to use, throw it in the pot with the chicken breast. The skin from the chicken, throw it in the pot. A little bit of garlic, there'll be some left over, throw it in the pot. Any of the leftover vegetables with the bone from the chicken, throw it in the pot, put a couple cups of water in it, let it just boil for 2.5 hours. You have chicken stock.
You don't want to flood it. Don't put this much chicken bone and then all this water. You don't want to flood it. But you put like, you measure it so it could be like a good stock.
Yeah. So usually maybe a third of bone and meat and vegetable to 3 cups of water or something like that.
Yeah, you don't want it to be too water down.
Y'all be boiling forever trying to get some flavor out of there. But you have a way that's just to show an example to show you how easy it is to do what we're talking about doing. Yeah. Because I think in maybe 80% of our recipes, we use a stock or a broth.
Yeah.
So go ahead, get prepared, be prepared for it, and then just throw the ingredients in a pot with some water, make your stock, and freeze it. Super simple. Okay.
You say okay.
Okay. So now that we've challenged everybody, all of our Facebook Live viewers, make sure you guys are ready. Go ahead and subscribe to the Sphere so that you can get the copy of the recipe and the ingredients that you'll need to cook our quesadillas with us today. A la carte quesadillas, special quesadillas. So we ask that you guys, all of our Facebook Live viewers, subscribe to our show on all the major platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, and Stitcher. Sorry. Make sure you review our show in iTunes with constructive feedback. Share this Facebook Live post and the entire show with all of your family and friends. And don't forget, you can donate to our mission to bring enriched and inspiring content each and every week. So the donation website is www.thesphere.tv/donate, and you can make a single donation or you can donate multiple times to help support the cause of the Sphere. So Aaliyah, yes, a veggie broth. Right before we end Facebook Live, we have someone who just popped in. Yes, ma'am. You can also do the same thing with a veggie broth. Same concept, and then freeze it and you can use it later. Thank you for your comments. So, alrighty, Facebook Live. We're going to end today, now rather. So make sure you guys, like I said, are subscribed. Pull up the recipe. Get ready to cook some awesome quesadillas with this. Yep. Okay. So before we get started on our recipe, the ladies at Elite Dental Wellness want to tell us about all of our good food and how we need to make sure we take care of our dental health. So this portion of the show is sponsored by Elite Dental Wellness. At Elite Dental Wellness, our vision is to create a welcoming practice that will offer exceptional dental care and a lifetime of dental wellness. We are committed to the finest possible oral care and overall health and well-being of our patients. Elite Dental Wellness is built upon a foundation of integrity, expertise, and service. Through our commitment to modern dentistry, continuing education, and friendly atmosphere, we strive to make our patients feel that they are part of our family. Dentistry can be scary, daunting, and uncomfortable. Dr. Baptiste and her team work tirelessly to ensure your comfort. Make your appointment today with Dr. Baptiste. Make your appointment today with Dr. Asandra Baptiste at Elite Dental Wellness at 713-789-8680. All right, so now that we know we have to take care of the teeth after we eat the lovely quesadillas, we're going to go right into our recipe. Today's recipe that we're going to cook in the kitchen segment is a quesadilla. Has a little a la carte spin, a little twist on it, but we use a lot of traditional ingredients and just give us some really big flavors. So we're going to go over the ingredients on the good, better, and best ingredients. So I will list off the traditional, which is the good. Chef Keith will help us out with some of the other ones. So for this recipe, the list of ingredients is a little longer, but it's just not as much in quantity. So for the traditional way, we're going to use chicken, onion, mushroom, red pepper, green pepper, salt, pepper, garlic, olive oil, shredded cheese, flour tortillas, avocado, sour cream, and pico de gallo. So some of these are optional. So like the mushrooms are an option. The red pepper, green pepper, which is bell pepper, is an option. The avocado, sour cream, and pico de gallo are toppings, which are also optional. So it really depends on how, not fancy, but how decked out you want your quesadillas to be.
And
so that was the traditional way.
And the better way is bacon, fresh herb, queso fresco, skirt steak.
Mm-hmm. So if you want to get real fancy, instead of using chicken, you can use a skirt steak. Or if you keep it with chicken, you can add bacon to it, and that was just.
And then you could use corn tortilla.
Oh yeah, corn
tortilla is pretty, a little step up. Like I feel like this kind of a little more healthier than
flour.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a corn tortilla fan.
Yeah, me too.
So
I like corn tortilla, and then you could, if you want to get it fancier, you can make a mango pico de gallo with some steak.
Ooh.
It would be good.
He just took us to a whole nother level of mango pico de gallo.
Like, yeah, they're fancy on them.
Super fancy. I love it. So, yes. So good, better. Yes.
No, it's very good. I like you can mango pico de gallo.
Yeah, that'll give you a whole like a little sweetness to the spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet and spicy. I told y'all a la carte.
Yeah.
So then that was the good, better, traditional and fancy. So then the healthier way, if you were to do this, you could use a chicken breast. Originally our chicken was a thigh. I just think it's a little juicier. You can use a chicken breast, and you can try a Greek yogurt for the sauce, or instead of a sour cream on top, and that'll give you a little tang too.
And then you could use for the thing, you could use lettuce.
Oh yeah.
It's basically like a lettuce wrap, but it's it's more healthier.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
so
saying?
instead of corn or flour, you can use lettuce.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
And then it's very good.
Yeah,
it's good too.
And that's a good method or vessel to hold all of the ingredients inside.
And then you could even add avocado. You don't have to make pico de gallo. Just slice
the avocado on top.
Just put
So we had the avocado in our traditional list of ingredients. So you can take that avocado, and it can actually be applied to all of them, the fancy and the healthy version, because it's a really good thing to have on your meal. So he just said mango pico de gallo.
Try it.
Yes. Make sure you check our social media. We'll have a recipe for some mango pico de gallo for y'all on there. That'll be good. Yeah, something to think about that.
Yeah, it's
mango
good.
Or even pineapple. With pineapple and skirt steak.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Because it's the sweet and spicy give you that, like, I don't know. It's give you that good, like, it's like a mouth watering. I don't even want to try it now.
Exactly. That's good stuff. Yes. So good, better, best options for the quesadillas. It's a really simple recipe to make. We have a visual here. In this one, we used zucchini, corn, and cheese, and chicken. So this was more of a healthy vegetable-based quesadilla. We did use flour tortillas as well. So you have many options with the quesadillas. We went traditional as far as what ingredients were inside. The cheese is really, really important on a quesadilla. You have to have the right cheese. So we are looking for shredded cheese, and I'll specify that again. Either shredded, like a Colby Jack works really well. Mozzarella melts really well. Or if you get the block cheese, make sure you have a shredder at home so that you can actually grate the cheese. Sliced cheese does not work great with quesadillas.
No, it takes forever to melt.
Yes, it takes forever, and it won't adhere the ingredients together, because we're using two separate tortillas or pieces of lettuce. Yeah. And when you flip it, if you don't have shredded or grated cheese, if it's a sliced cheese, it will not keep the ingredients together when you flip it. Yeah. And it just makes it so difficult, and everything comes out. So we want to make sure that we
one bite, no mess.
Exactly.
One bite, no mess.
Easy to eat.
Easy does it.
Easy to cook, easy to eat. There we go. Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to these quesadillas in the kitchen. That's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to get the recipe for that mango pico de gallo. Yes. So before we head into the kitchen, we just want to let you guys know once again that this portion of the show was sponsored by The Sphere. So pretty easy. Are you guys starting a business or looking for a place to advertise? Do you need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or to sell your product? If so, you can get product placement and advertising needs handled right here at The Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue coupled with your strategic ad is surely to hit the mark every time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv. Yes, you can join the Sphere family too. It is possible. So make sure you guys have subscribed and you have a copy of the recipe. You've downloaded your PDF. Go ahead, get your screenshot, get your ingredients ready. We are going to head over to the kitchen and make some quesadillas. And thank you, Chef Keith, for joining us today. It was a pleasure to have you on again.
Thank you for having me.
And that gold nugget of mango.
That
pico de gallo.
Thank you.
The nugget.
Try.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. We're going to head over to the kitchen. Thanks again for another one.
Welcome back to the kitchen portion of a la carte. I'm your host, Chef Jones.
And I am your host, Chef Laurinette, with Helping Hands Food Delivery. All right, y'all. We got a good one for you today.
Another good one. We have quesadillas for you guys. I know this is a classic when it comes to eating good.
Mm-hmm. Good, quick. Kids love it.
Oh, yes.
It's great for crowds, great for parties, and it's actually relatively easy to make. So let's hop right in. We've gone over the list of ingredients already. If you need, go ahead and pause the feed now and get your recipe out, get your ingredients, and get ready. But we've done a little bit of prep work for you guys. So the recipe called for chicken thighs or chicken breast. We chose chicken breast for the presentation today. So we go over our ingredients with you really quick.
Yes.
We have as toppings for the quesadilla picante sauce, guacamole, and sour cream. We have flour tortillas. You need flour for quesadillas.
Yes.
And then butter, olive oil. That's what we'll use to cook them. We have sliced onion, bell pepper, red pepper, chicken, and then shredded cheese. And we got a blend of cheese, which is a Colby and Jack. And then for seasoning, salt, pepper, cayenne, and garlic. So,
yeah.
Again, pretty simple, basic flavors. But when you put them all together, something nice.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to start by cooking the chicken. And what we did was we sliced it. Just to show you guys, I'll touch it. We did really thin strips. Mm-hmm. So we took a chicken breast and then we just sliced it into thin strips. Okay?
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So we're going to start by putting a little bit of the olive oil into the skillet. And we cook the chicken, onion, and peppers together.
Oh, yeah.
Chicken first. It takes a little bit longer, and then add in the onions and pepper. So
awesome.
So you can see the oil is in there already. It's starting to heat up. We're just going to plop the chicken right in.
Got some popping going on.
Mm-hmm. So it's going to get a really hard sear really quick.
Yes.
And then we're going to add in the salt, pepper, garlic, and cayenne to the chicken. Kosher salt, what we always use.
Yeah.
Garlic powder, cayenne, and regular pepper. And you can see Chef Robin's being generous with the seasoning. So don't be afraid to give it a little extra oomph, because you're going to have the cheese smothering it, and that has a saltiness to it, as well as the peppers and the oil. So be generous with your seasoning.
Don't be stingy.
The Cajun.
It might get a little spicy in the air. That's just the
seasoning. And so now we have the skillet was really hot, and it's a non-stick. So I'm gonna go ahead and just stir the meat up really quick.
Ooh-wee.
So that it doesn't burn.
Smells good.
It does.
Might make you want to sneeze. Oh, yeah.
All right.
That looks good.
So you can see after just 2-3 minutes in the skillet, you can see that the meat is starting to cook on one side. So we're going to go ahead and add in our onions, our red peppers, and our bell peppers.
Ooh. That looks delicious.
And we used about a half a pepper of each flavor. It depends on if you like the peppers and onions. Some people do, some don't. So up to you how many you add. And then just a little bit more olive oil so they can get a nice sear on them too.
So you just drizzle that right on top.
And then we're going to stir.
That looks delicious.
It gives it a nice pop of color too.
What did you need, Chef? What you needed?
I said it gives it a nice pop of color too.
Oh yeah,
the red and green.
Needed extra ingredient.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, this smells delicious and it looks delicious.
Can you guys see that there? On the skillet? There we go.
Oh yeah,
looks good. So that won't take too long. What we can do, give it another 1 to 2 minutes because it's also going to cook while you're assembling the quesadilla.
Oh yeah.
So just to show you guys, we got regular flour tortillas, regular size. We didn't get the big burrito style.
No.
Those are really hard to flip.
Yeah, you gotta get the ones that fit in the actual pan.
Yeah. They're hard to flip if you do 2 tortillas. Yeah. So if you have one on bottom and one on top, which is what we do, a traditional quesadilla, it's really hard to flip the huge ones. I have used the big burritos if I'm going to just fold it in half.
Yeah. So. Also, the way we're going to do it, we're going to show you how to use the cheese as a glue just to keep the pieces together. Mm-hmm. That's what holds everything in place when it's time to actually flip it so the ingredients won't fall out.
Yep.
Oh, yes. Let me grab
these look good. One more stir, and now it's making its own juice because the onions and the peppers start to sweat a little bit. So it makes its own juice. Yum, yum, yum.
Looks delicious.
I'm going to cut one piece in half and take a look at it, check and see if it's done.
Yeah, the chicken pieces are really thin, so that's the great thing about it. And they're already pre-sliced, so it just speeds up the cooking process. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't take any time. Oh, yeah.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this out of the skillet. And here you go, chef. And we're going to set that aside. Actually, we can probably leave it in the skillet because it's going to be on the thing.
Yep, we can.
Yep. So you're going to set that aside, leave it in the skillet so that it can continue to get the residual heat. And we're going to use a different skillet to actually cook the quesadillas together.
Yes.
So
I'll just sit it up here.
Sit it on the wood. It's fine.
Awesome.
Now we have a bigger skillet.
This is about to get the job done.
The big kahuna. All right. So to cook the tortillas, you have to be really quick. Otherwise, they will burn.
They will burn very quickly.
They burn quickly. So each one should take 30 to 45 seconds in the skillet. It should not take longer than that. We do a thin slice of butter and just a drip of olive oil. You don't want to fry the tortillas while they're in there.
Yeah, you just want to get that nice golden brown color on them. It's almost as if you were making a grilled cheese. A little bit of butter, butter the bread, get a nice golden brown on the bread, and then you take it out.
All right, so you ready?
Oh, yes.
I'll oil and butter and tortilla. You can spoon in the filling, and we'll get good to go, okay?
All right.
So same olive oil, but just a drop, okay? Just literally
little drop.
And then little
about 1 teaspoon if you want to know. One
drop
teaspoon
of butter. I swirl it around so that I can make sure my tortilla is even. You can actually use your tortilla to swirl it around. And then we're gonna go with cheese, even layer of cheese all around the tortilla. That was my signal that I didn't use enough cheese.
Okay, and now we can go ahead and place the ingredients also evenly, because if it's bulky, then it will not lay down properly.
And a way to know that it's even is start in the center and then spread it out. That way it also will keep everything on the tortilla and you're not picking things up off the side of the bowl or the skillet, sorry.
Yep.
That looks yum. And a little bit more cheese because you can never have enough.
Ooh, we had a pepper to sneak out of there.
Second layer of cheese. And again, it's best to use a non-stick skillet.
Oh, yes.
So that if the cheese does seep out, when it melts, it doesn't stick to
now this skillet. Additional cheese she's adding is what's going to help to keep the ingredients in there. So we have the bottom and the top. Now she's going to place the lid on. And you're going to put just a little pressure on there for that halfway melted cheese to kind of grab on to the top tortilla.
Got it.
It smells really good and buttery.
And you can look at the tortilla on the bottom and tell that it's starting to...
Careful,
that
chef.
Wasn't smart, y'all.
Careful, chef.
Oh, you can see that it's starting to get brown. So we're going to go ahead and flip it. Use one hand to hold it. Use a big stainless steel spatula. There you go.
Look at that.
Perfect flip.
We had a little piece of chicken to slip out, but it's okay. You can sneak that back in there just like that. Roll it on back and let it continue.
Mm-hmm.
That looks delicious.
Like I said, just another 30 seconds or so on the second flip side.
I'll grab the knife so we can be ready.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to get our toppings ready. Like I said, we have sour cream.
Oh, yes.
Salsa and guacamole. So sour cream is just straight out of the jar. We didn't make sour cream, y'all.
Yeah.
Salsa, paste, little mussel. Did you see the mussel action?
And of course the guacamole.
Same thing. We use a guac. You can make guacamole fresh, but there's holy guacamole, which is awesome. Here you go.
Oh, you have it, Chef? Gotta put that chicken back in there. Can't miss none of that.
Want my chicken?
Get it in.
Okay.
Ooh. Turn the fire off.
And knife, please.
Here you are, Chef.
Thank you.
That looks delicious.
And we're just gonna cut straight down the middle here. You can do it in fours or down the middle. My muscles that help me with the sour cream are failing me now.
Looks delish. And you see we have that nice golden brown skin on the outside. And everything is staying. You have a few pieces that's slipping out of this quesadilla, but it's okay.
Hey, that's garnish, right?
Don't worry. A little garnish on the plate. You can also feel free. I know you guys are probably wondering where is the cilantro, but feel free to throw in cilantro with this this meal.
And what we did, we pre-cooked Spanish rice and black beans for you guys. So you can see it here in the skillet, already made.
It is delicious.
It's like a rice pilaf almost. And we added some diced tomatoes, oregano, and some more Spanish flavors. So we're just going to plate that with the quesadilla. Here we go.
Somebody having fiesta tonight.
And
after
then,
this,
can I use your big spoon with the holes, please?
There you go.
Awesome. And then we did our black beans with just a little bit of butter, garlic, salt, and pepper.
Oh, yes.
And you can use refried beans, charro beans,
pintos.
We just kind of prefer black beans.
Black beans are really good.
I'm a black bean fan.
Yeah, I like black beans. Charro beans, you actually need a bowl because, you know, all the sauce and the meat. Yeah. And it's just so good. My favorite place to go get it is Jimmy Chunga's. So good.
All right. So does everybody take their toppings on top of their quesadilla?
Yes.
All right. So
I prefer it on top.
I'm going to be generous again. Big dollop of sour cream.
You can never go wrong.
Big
with
scoop of guacamole.
And then we got the salsa.
Holy moly. Okay.
Holy moly guacamole.
Yes. And then salsa, actually drizzle between the two, the great divide.
That looks awesome.
Straight out of the jar, nothing too fancy. But it definitely tastes good. Alrighty. And what we end up with in 10 minutes, 15 minutes?
Yeah, maybe 15 minutes.
A wonderful plate.
Fully cooked
quesadillas, rice and beans, chicken, peppers and onions. And again, guys, feel free you can substitute, as we talked about earlier, you can substitute steak versus chicken, shrimp, or you can actually do a combination.
They can get fancy. However you like to do it.
There you have it. Easy breezy chicken quesadillas.
Yes.
Again, if you guys have any questions, we would love to hear what your thoughts on the recipe, how it turned out for you. And if you chose to use some of the other proteins, if you went with a steak or a shrimp instead.
Oh, yes. Or even some people might want to even do a ground beef. Hey,
yeah. You
never know.
This is true.
You never know.
Alrighty, guys. Well, thanks for joining us for another episode of A La Carte. Make sure you are subscribed to The Sphere, www.thesphere.tv. And you can go ahead and get all recipes, subscribe to our channel A La Carte, and tune in for more wonderful recipes like the one we did today.
Awesome.